This will be a simple video about photo bashing and using the mixer brush. Jump into Photoshop. Got three images. I've got this, the snake, and the robot arm. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear cut them. So I'll start by picking this third tool down, whatever it's on, and going select subject. Oops. Go select subject. Okay, so it selects it, hit the mask tool. It's done a pretty good job. There's a few minor bits that need to be changed, so I can grab the magic wand tool, get that area in there. As long as I'm on the mask, I can go Command Delete and fill it with the background color, because black is the background color, and I know that black is going to block it out. Hold the space bar down, and I can move up to some of these smaller areas using the Command plus key. Grab them, and the same thing as long as I'm on black. Command Delete, fill it with the background color, and I just get some of these little areas and clear them out. Good enough for this job. It's going to be on a white background anyway, so that'll be fine. Command minus, make the page a bit smaller because I'm going to add to the top of it. So I'm just going to enlarge the page up, make it a wee bit bigger, and actually I'll just widen it out this way a wee bit as well. So I'm going to go to the snake head next. Same thing. Select subject. See how it goes. It's probably not too bad really. Do a mask. Yep, that looks good enough. And now I'm just going to drag and drop it onto the soldier page. So what I want to do is I want to try and get the snake to come down and replace the head. The only thing with this is that I want to kind of curve the body round a wee bit differently. I suppose I could take it down to here, would look pretty good, but first what we'll try is we will go to the what's called the puppet tool. Under edit, we've got puppet warp, and the way it works is that where I click, I can put pins, and this is where it's going to bend from. I can click on these pins and delete them if I want. There will be options here where it shows or it doesn't show the mesh. The expansion pushes out from it. Normal, more points, fewer points. So you can add more detail into it. I'll just put it on normal. There's also an option here for rigid and distortion, so the way that it moves. And you just simply can grab these points and shuffle them around. Drag out more points, try and get that curve back there a wee bit. Obviously if I pull it too much, I'll start to get a certain kind of distortion. When you're ready with it, you can click OK. Move it into place, so that kind of looks like it covers the neck. And then the first thing I'll do is with these, I'm going to make them, convert them to a smart object. Right click or control click on a Mac and convert to smart object. The same here, and this means that I can add another mask on it, so I'm not destroying the mask that I've already got. So you'll see here I can add a new mask onto both of these. On the one with the soldier, I'm going to get a brush. I'll just put it back on a normal one. I'll just put it on general, dial it down a wee bit. Just need to make it a bit smaller. I think it's a pretty large brush at the moment. X, so black's my foreground color, and then I can just cut off this part of the head. And now with the snake, I can do the same thing. I'm just going to cut it here. Now I can come up, and if I swap it around, so I've got white, I can paint it back in. So I'm going to control the curve of that. Now I'm going to bring it down through here. I'm actually going to cover up the rest of this chin strap. I don't want that. Good. If I want a wee bit more realism there, then I can make a new layer. I can clip it, put it on multiply, and then with a brush that's a bit softer, I can paint in a bit of black or another color. So actually what I'll do is I'll go option, click, and get a black off here that may just have a little wee bit of green or something else in it. I'll make the brush big because then I'm just using the very end of it. Multiply, pull the opacity down, and then I can make a new one, option, clip between those layers. So I can just really darken up that bottom bit if I want to a little bit, and I can still go in and kind of color this a wee bit if I want, but I'll leave it on black at the moment. I've got something else to do a little bit later. So good, that's looking good. So I'll grab the robot arm now. Same thing, I'll go select subject, does a pretty good job. There'll be a few other little bits that I need to add on to. Shift. With this it's probably best to make a mask. Now I can come in and grab some of these areas. So I've got that white area there. Shift, grab that. A few little bits here. Shift, and here, and here. It's probably not too bad. There's an element here that I can paint back in if I want, but I go here. Black is my background color, so Command Delete fills with the background color. That looks good. Grab it, chuck it onto my soldier image. Command T so that I can rotate it, and at this point I'm going to go layer, I'll go edit, transform, flip horizontal, and it's going to flip just the arm. So this looks a little bit more like it's on a reasonable angle. So I can pop this in. I'm just going to put it back a wee bit more so this looks a little more attached to the arm. Get it there, and there's a wee bit here that I can kind of add on to or play with. So yeah, we'll go with something like that. Again, I can now go Control, convert to a smart object, add a mask in, and on the mask I can go back to B with my brush. It's soft at the moment, so I'll just harden it up. Roughly about 85 is the one I like, a little wee bit of softness still. And X for black is a foreground colour, and I can kind of paint this in a wee bit. The bit here I can go in with the clone tool back on my layer. Is probably, if I try and do it here, it'll freak out a little bit because it says it's it needs to be rasterized. If I don't want to do that, then I've got to go back into the original here and do my modifications in here. And so if I option, try and clone an extra little bit of this, problem here is I'm going to have to take this mask off a wee bit. So white is my foreground color. You can see there was actually a little bit that I cloned before, and I can option, sorry, back on here, try and clone a wee bit more of that stuff in, some more wires, doing it pretty roughly at the moment. I just need something that looks like a little bit of extra electronics, because once I close it I can come in here and I'm going to be able to remask it again. So with black, which is going to block, I can come in and eat into some of this stuff here. From a distance, wouldn't really know too much, and I've also got the option here to go in and do the same thing that I did before with the black, put the layer on multiply, get a soft brush, and start painting, just darkening some of that stuff in. You can see I've gone over the arm here, so I can take it off that part. Just kind of darkens it in a wee bit. There's a bit here where we can kind of cover up this a little bit, but we won't worry about it too much at the moment because I'll show you another option that we have. So at the moment we've got everything kind of tied in there. The one thing we haven't done is kind of colored it up too much. So with this one for the robot arm, made a new layer. I can put it on color, and then what I can do is I can get the brush and I can hold down the eyedropper, pick a color, start painting it up, and it's giving it the same kind of color scheme. I can pick different areas as well, so maybe for the metal I'll pick this lighter coloration. No, so it's not exactly the same green. And again, see there's this kind of bluey grey one. I can option on that and do that just for the claw section if I want to. All of these things can have a mask added on, black is going to block out. So you can see here I'm bringing back a wee bit of the grey colour in areas, maybe even if it's just the on the screws. X, the button, but so you can kind of control it a wee bit, so you can get a lot of detail if you don't want it to look too monochromatic. So same thing here, let's go down to the snakes, put another layer in. I'm putting it up the top of those three, so the colorization is going to affect the shadows as well. Drop down, put it on color. Big brush, so the first thing we've got to do is option what color we're after. Let's go for that green. And ties it in. Option. For the brownie, it's more of a grey color. Maybe we can actually also do that where it comes back a little bit. Really just getting the color that you feel suits it the most. Get the brownie color and bring that in at the bottom. Again, this can all be masked. So if I add a mask onto there, I can come up at the top. And the thing is, I've also got it on 100%, but I can change that down. If I have the Wacom on as well, I can control it with the pressure sensitivity. So this has got a little wee bit of color coming in. This, I'll put a lot more pressure. So it's got a bit more color, and now if I switch that off altogether, you can see what the mask is doing, just kind of bringing a little bit of color back into that image. No, so kit bashing, we're starting to pull things together a wee bit. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pull this image back a wee bit.